Hello beautifuls, how are you doing? I hope that you are doing well today, this full moon in Sagittarius. This is very exciting for us. This video is just going to be, quickly talking about the full moon in Sagittarius and just explaining a little bit of like what's going to be coming into our lives. Or what it's asking us to start to bring into our lives at this time. And of course I'll pull just perhaps three or so cards for us, just so that we can get some more insight as we go along into this new transition from the full moon into the new moon. All right, so let's get started. Alrighty, so I have my tablet here with the chart, and I have of course my notes in front of me. I do also have one of my main playing decks that I use for when it's time for us to shuffle cards to get some wisdom from spirit in regards to this transition from the full moon into the new moon. But I'm actually feeling called to pull one more deck. So if that feeling continues to persist, then I will go and definitely, of course, get it. But let's talk about the moon in general. Okay, the moon is the representative. It represents our fundamental principles. It represents what is going on in our inner worlds. A lot of what the moon deals with is the things that are transitioning, that's changing, because once again, our principles, our fundamental principles, if we are aware, as we grow, as we elevate, our fundamental principles will change, and they should change, right? As we grow and access more information from spirit, from our higher selves, from our intuition. But in general, as I said, the moon it represents our fundamental principle. Okay, so with it being a full moon, now a full moon, we are being the full moon, as we transition from full moon into the new moon. Okay, we are bringing in abundance. Now we're bringing in abundance because in general, with the full moon, we are being asked to clear the path, release, and make space for what it is we are bringing into our lives. What it is that we are, depending on your situation, depending on what exactly you are asking for spirit, of what you want to be abundant in. We are making space for that, and the only way to make space for abundance is to clear, is to make space for it, to heal, to accept, to receive, right? So with the full moon, as I said, we are bringing in abundance. Okay, now where the moon is sitting in the cosmo realm, it's sitting in a space that is representing our present time, like the right now. Okay, it's representing our living world and our output, our action. So already off the bat, we are being asked to be very intentional, intuitive, but also affirmative in our actions, just from where the moon is sitting within the cosmos, and also with it being a full moon. Okay, now this is bringing me back to the reading that I did for the week. I think it was my last video. So I will make sure to link it so that way you guys can have access to that. If you want to just listen in on that one more time. But this is our affirmative, intuitive actions that we are of what we are accessing in our present time. Now, with the moon being in Sagittarius in the Sidereal astrology, okay, we are needing to match our inner identity, our inner beliefs, and we are needing to match them on the outside. We are needing to match them on the outside. This is how we are, this moon is impacting how we move and how we respond to our outer world, okay? What is within us needs to show up outside of us. So it is asking us a lot to show up for ourselves. It's asking us to match what is inside of us and match it to the outside world. Now, what exactly does this mean? What this means is that with what is going on inside of us, with our wishes, our desires, our identity, our beliefs, our inner beliefs, right? We are needing to match it, okay? So we need to move and walk with our inner truth. So this is very much you being your most authentic self, showing up very authentically, or even during this time, practicing authenticity. This practice of authenticity will clear out and help you to understand what is it in your life, like presently, that is not working. It's not working because you have elevated and changed internally. And the moon is asking us to move that internal to the external. All right, so that way you are calling in exactly, well, first of all, you are matching your fundamental principles that you have developed inside and bringing them out to the outside, so that way you can start to call in this abundance that is needing to come in due to you being authentic. All right, so that is what I wanted to say in general with what this full moon in Sagittarius is being is calling, the energy of what it's calling into our lives. Now, this energy is going to be presenting itself, as I said, as this transition from the full moon into the new moon, okay? So be very aware of how you're showing up for yourself. Be very aware of when you're saying yes when you really mean no, or saying no when you really mean yes, or showing up differently to how you truly feel inside. Be very aware of how that's presenting itself to you within these next 2 weeks as we make the next transition into the new moon. All right, so choosing some cards just for some guidance from spirit. All right, some guidance from spirit and some wisdom. All right, we got the Six of Hearts in reverse. You can see that there. Got the Six of Hearts in reverse. Naivety. And it says, what is past is gone. What is hoped for is absent. For you is the hour in which you are. Ooh, interesting. For you is the hour in which you are. naivety. Okay. Wow, and we have the King of Clubs. We have the King of Clubs in reverse. And it says, divided we are sand. Okay, the message is coming in clear, but one more card. The message is coming in clear. Oh, whoa, too many cards. Let's ask for some clarity. Oh, there we go. Okay, key 16. Key 16, upright. What is inflated too much will break into fragments. So key 16 is the Tower card, by the way. Okay, key 16 is the Tower card. All right. So the message here is letting us, so first of all, with the Six of Hearts, let's just take it one at a time here. With the Six of Hearts, what is past is gone, what is hoped for is absent. For you is the hour in which you are. Okay. So first off, Spirit wants, as you move into this cycle, it doesn't define you is what I'm hearing. It doesn't define you. Okay, so these messages that are coming in, okay, they're for the collective. So if it resonates, it's for you. If it doesn't, then that message is not for you. But the first message that I clearly heard was, it doesn't matter, basically. What happened doesn't matter. And what you are hoping for also doesn't matter. It's like this limbo state. With the Six of Hearts in reverse, there's like this state of limbo. Okay? For the aspect that truly matters in this moment is the you that you are right now. Okay? Are you showing up as that? Now, this is a lot of childhood. So for many of you, what needs to be cleared so that way this abundance can come in is these childhood beliefs of your worth, of your value, right? I'm hearing as well, like what was told to you was a lie. Like what was told to you was a lie. So for many of you, this clearing out of these childhood beliefs, you know, so when we talk about our fundamental principles of these beliefs and opinions that we are needing to express outward, right, into our present life, into our physical life, a lot of this, for those who resonate with this message, it's going to be, this is you confronting these beliefs that you know are holding you back. These beliefs that you were told, these opinions that you were told about yourself, that is holding you back. Okay? What do you believe in now? What are your beliefs now? Okay? Your beliefs, or what was told to you then, it's not who you are. So this fundamental principle that you are needing to present is to understand how these views have been impacting how these old views have been impacting your outer world, and what is it that you need to be, and what are your views now? What are your views now, and how is it that you want these new views to impact your outer world? All right, that's The next card, as I said, that came out was the King of Spades. The King of Spades here in reverse. Divided, we are sand. Now, connected to this full moon, this message very clear. And it's the King of Fire. I didn't mention that before. King of Fire in reverse. Divided, we are sand. Okay. It's this division within yourself. Division within self, division within what you are showing people to who you really are. Why do you feel the need to show up in this certain way to other people? Like, why? I'm feeling very confused. I feel like Spirit is wondering why show up falsely? What acceptance are you needing from other people? Because Spirit wants you to accept this within yourself. Accept it. Accept yourself as you are. I'm also getting like this division, right? With you not accepting yourself as you are, accepting your interests, accepting how you feel. Like, I'm also getting this feeling like you feeling a certain way, but you just burying it, just trying to smother that fire, just trying to, like, you know what, it doesn't matter. Yes, it does matter. It does matter. It matters to you, so it does matter. And it's creating this division within yourself. And even, I would even say, I feel resentment, you know, building up a little bit because of it. All right. When creating a foundation, okay, this moon is gonna this moon, man. When creating a foundation, we do not want to create a foundation based on sand. It's unstable. It's unstable, and we're wanting to elevate. We're wanting to show up for ourselves differently. We're demanding things differently for our future, for ourselves, to what's around us. And when we're building that on sand, it's going to collapse, which is perhaps why we're getting the Tower. We're getting the Tower. What is inflated too much will break into fragments. We want sustainability when it comes to ourselves. We want sustainability when it comes to ourselves. We do not want ourselves in fragments. We are accepting ourselves wholly because we are holy, period. We are whole and holy, okay? And we are not inflating these narratives or these beliefs. I'm also getting, in regards to sand and foundations and principles, oh, this is a specific message. What is it? It's our action. Our action. It's regards to our actions. It's like wanting a certain future, right? But you're not laying down the foundations. Okay? So this is also connected to our inner beliefs, you know, it's connected to our inner desires and identity of who we are, okay? And showing up in it in our work, what, you know, yeah, within our work, what I'm getting the image of, okay, Spirit is putting me on blast because it's using me as a way to explain what they're wanting me to express. So for example, it's like I remember in the beginning, right, me wanting to connect to Spirit and me knowing I needed to meditate but not meditating. It's like, oh, I can't meditate. It's like, yes you can. Oh, like I was needing to meditate, take the time to meditate, so I'm like, oh, you know, wanting to connect to Spirit, but not even taking the time to like sit within myself and meditate. So it's like that foundation was just sand, you know. That is the image that I'm getting. They're putting me on blast, so for the expense of myself, I hope that is clear for you guys. Now I still feel called to pull from my Moonology deck, so let me go and get that, so that way we can pull these 2 cards. I feel these two cards. So alrighty, okay, the first card that came out, emotions are running high. Super moon. Okay, and what's the other card? Emotions are running high. Yeah, it would be a very emotional time, I imagine, especially if you're having to confront a lot of these childhood identities that were placed on you, or beliefs that was placed on you, and like, you know what, that is not who I am. That is not what I stand for or believe, you know. And to walk within that truth, that is not easy. It's brave. It's not easy, it's brave, and you will be all the better for it. Okay, let's get, okay, so the cards that flipped over are it's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio, and conclusions are within a reach. Full moon, a full moon eclipse. So perhaps that's for somebody, but there's one more. Oh, there we go. Take time to breathe out. Take time to breathe out. So emotions are running high. Take time to breathe out. Okay. We are wanting to elevate. We're wanting to show up for ourselves. Okay. So breathe out. Emotions may be running high during this transition into the new moon. Okay. Take time to breathe out. Take time for yourself. Take time to meditate. Take time to, okay, there's a, yeah, take time to be with those, whether it's with yourself or with others, that you can show up as nothing other than yourself. This is instructions, because practicing to be your authentic self is, you know, it's a practice. You have to practice it. At least for myself, I have to say, when I started to show up, when I started to practice showing up for myself as like my authentic self, it was a practice, because naturally when I would go around certain people, I mean, without even me trying, you know, I wouldn't do it on purpose. I wouldn't show up as myself. So it is a practice to, you know what, I'm going to practice being myself, you know. So take the time out to practice that and attempt to be around people that you can be that around them. All right. So yeah, emotions are running high. It's okay. And take time to breathe out. Alrighty, so that's the message. That is the, you know, that's the very quick message that Spirit just wanted us to hear during this time within this transition. So I hope within this transition that you are finding that space to show up authentically, that you are finding that space to bring your true inner world into your outer world, and actually practicing that. You know, how does that look like for you? How do you journal? Ask yourself, ask your higher self, ask your spirit, how do I bring my inner world to the outer world, to my outer world? You know, to and how do I put that into action? This moon and its positioning, and it being in Sagittarius, it is us putting, this is us putting it into, putting these inner beliefs into physical action. Okay? So we are wanting to ask our spirits, how do we do that? How do we begin doing that? I hope that this is clear. I hope that during this time you are showing up as your true authentic self and putting it into action. All right. I will see you all in my next video. The links of how to contact me and how to book a reading with me is down below. So I really cannot wait to connect with you all energetically, and that way we can elevate and get into the space of our divine, of being in contact with our divine selves, and also in contact with our spirits and our purpose and our mission, you know. So I will see you all in my next video. Peace, love, and truth, beautiful beings.